up, Reaper? Sculvian here. I hope you can all hear me okay. Test 1, 2. I do not know where my volume is coming out of. Usual. Wait for a couple people to jump on here. No. Don't know what I'm connected to right now because nothing ever seems to want to work for me. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. All right. See if we get a couple people to jump on here. I have not been live on the Sculvian page yet. I think in 2025. Kind of should just drop in here for a few minutes and give a rundown about a couple things going on coming up and kind of set some clear air here going into the new season. In my opinion, it's a new season. All right, got a couple people on here. All right, so I'm on here. Guys, shoot me a message, text. Let me see who's on here so I know who's interacting, who I'm talking to. What's up, Stefan? All right. Anyways. Oh, crap. So, it's 2025. New Year has officially started. Holidays are out of the way. What's up, Sip Chomper? A lot of new stuff coming up in 2025. Not too much craziness for me this year, I'm anticipating. Going to keep focusing on the company as usual, expanding to different reaches and advertisements and maybe some shows locally to try to uh, push the chili community throughout the northeastern Pennsylvania area. If you haven't noticed it by now, but next month around this time, the 22nd to be exact, February, the third annual Bartari Sculvian Wing Off will be taking place. I have a handful of people signed up already. Two that are a maybe, not a definite yet. I'm still waiting to hear back to see if they definitely are. This year is going to be awesome. Michelob is sponsoring it all over again. There's going to be a lot of cool prizes from them. We're going to have the normal stuff. We're going to have the 50-50 raffle baskets, the annual lottery ticket basket. All proceeds are going to be donated to the SPCA. I always have a good time. Sorry, I heard a noise. It ended up being a snowplow going by. Always a good time. The Wing Off. I look forward to seeing returning people, people participating. We're trying to do an amateur competition this year too. We'll see if that pans out. Bartar is going to start hitting their advertising a lot harder now that their ice festival is commenced and completed. So we shall see what goes on there. I really haven't said I was going to participate in anything else besides the Gettysburg event for Blaze for the Brave, where not only will I be competing and defending my title, but I will be hosting a wing off there. So people that are interested to participate in that, please let Jason know. There's going to be a bunch of other stuff going on. They're going to have a sauce competition. I'm going to be entering that for people trying out sauces and rating them. There'd be cash prize and a trophy. A couple live bands there, possibly. Tons of vendors, a bunch of others. A kids pie eating contest. So much cool stuff going on there. Normally, I try to get out to the Bowers, PA. I'm going to reach out to them here soon to see if we get something there. Their Germania picnic in July. I will be having a competition there. I'm not sure if it's going to be League of Fire though. I have to wait. They should be having their meeting about that soon to try to start planning for it, and I have to ask my contact if I can sit down with their representatives to maybe get in hold with Paul and Shahina about doing a Road to the Bell match there. Um, but another reason why I wanted to jump on here, not only to talk about upcoming events and that, is to kind of just clear the air on a couple things. I am not done with the community. I am just on a hiatus kind of deal. We finished off the 2024 season. What's up, Mark? Or I'm sorry, Mary. Jeez. Uh, Hope you're doing well. Um, I was hitting it hard with Cap Crew there for a little bit, right at the end of the season, and then once the season ended there for 2024, I kind of just took a break off of it because I want to get situated for the Wing Off. The Wing Off is my main priority right now because it is an annual event and it is a big deal to me. So that is that, guys. Again, I'm looking for people to come in. It is officially a League of Fire challenge. You can submit it for points. There is a trophy. Next year, I will be starting to do a belt, and we will go from that. It will be the Wing Off belt, and it may be defended twice a year. So there's a good possibility for that. That may be something that could be specifically just. It's going to be specifically for this area in the United States. Maybe I can get it involved in more areas. We shall see. It's a good possibility. Um, so something I'd like to talk about, and I kind of feel I'm blessed. I'm honored because people come to me with this stuff. Um, that means a lot to me that people truly do care, and even with me not really being involved too much with a lot of stuff, it still shows that what I've done over the last few years has made an impression to the point where I don't have to be obnoxiously involved or active for people to reach out to me. So a big announcement was made just 2 days ago by the League of Fire that there will be a world belt match in South Africa in the next month or two. And due to circumstances, Mike Jack had to vacate the world title. Um, I get it. Mike Jack has done an amazing job defending that title. He is truly a great competitor. I know there are a lot of amazing competitors out there, and I know eventually someone's going to be able to beat Mike Jack. I'm not going to say it's definitely me. I'm confident that I would be able to with the proper training and me being able to keep my head in it and do it legitimately. I do feel as if there's a couple people that I know personally that could beat him. But for the same reasons why I have not been participating in the World Belt matches because I cannot financially travel across the country to compete in a chili pepper eating contest. Or I'm sorry, across the world. We're gonna go world here. Um, those of you that are not aware, last year in Gettysburg, I was supposed to compete against Mike Jack, and that did not happen because of circumstances that were beyond my control. I was given the option to have him stripped of the title and me compete against somebody, but I would not accept a title match for the world belt unless it was against Mike Jack, because there's nobody else that I wanted to go against, uh, except for the person that was holding that title, and that goes for any time. Unless someone's holding that title, I'm not going to have someone stripped of it to compete for it because I don't think that should be the case. But at the same time, constantly traveling across the world is not feasible, and that's fine. That's not something to be ashamed of. It's expensive. It's definitely not something to be ashamed of. Um, to another point to touch on, what we do in this community when it comes to these belts, it's not just about us. Not one person is bigger than those titles or this community. Not one person is bigger than the League of Fire community. Guys, we have a large following behind us, but we are not famous by any means. Um, I would consider Shahina famous, in my opinion, because she's the UK Chili Queen. I would consider Johnny Scoville, Vic, because he has the world's largest hot sauce collection. Everybody thinks someone's famous for different reasons. We're not A-lists. We're not. What's up, Andrew? We're not having people trying to reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram requesting our autographs or being asked to go. That was weird. Um, we're not being asked to go to red carpet premieres for movies or Oscars or Emmys. We are not above anything. We are who we are, and we can only do what's within our power. So if you are competing for this title, any titles for that matter, expecting to get special treatment because you have it, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. League of Fire is still fairly new. They're doing an amazing job promoting their brand, doing what they're doing, and hell, I would even say they've bent over backwards for a lot of us. Yep, exactly. No one has saved the world of peppers. Um, there's people, and here's a good example. Uh, Monster Heat. He is absolutely incredible in what he does. He has a massive following on TikTok. I've some of his videos have incredible amount of views. You can consider him famous in our community, but you can go on the street randomly and ask 2,000 people if they know who he is or Johnny Scoville is. What's up, Rick? Uh, big group of friends hanging out. Exactly. Mike Jack for that instance, or Spicy Cam even. You can ask 2,000 people on the street randomly, and they'll say, "I have no idea who that is." You have a good example: wrestling stars that get paid millions of dollars a year to compete all over the world in front of thousands and thousands of people. And I can go around and I could say, "Hey, Damian Priest or Cody Rhodes," and they'll say, "I have no idea who you're talking about." Okay, you'll have a lot more people that you might walk up to that may know them. What's up, Charlie? But at the same time, my point I'm trying to get across is if you're doing this thinking that this gives you the right to be treated any differently, doesn't, because there's a lot of people out there that have no idea who you are or what that title stands for. When you finally tell them, they'll think it's cool. But again, nobody's knocking down doors to get our autographs. And I don't want that to seem rude or put anybody down. But like I said, I got off track here. 2 days ago, it was announced that the World Belt match was going to be taking place. Mike Jack had to relinquish his title, and you have Steven and someone help me out here. I don't have my phone. Maybe it was Mike. Um, technical difficulties. This was a spur of the moment, me jumping on here to talk. Oh, here we go. Gary. I wasn't even close. It's Gary. Um, so the reason I wanted to come on here and talk about this is I've been reached out to by a handful of people showing concern about this said match. Not so much as to where it's rude or aggressive, but kind of just not understanding the situation. And I want everybody to know, just like for what happened in Gettysburg, when I was supposed to go against Mike Jack, and Mike Jack ended up defending it against Steven in Bulgaria. I will not, let me repeat, I will not, as a fat, white, bald American, travel outside of this country unless it is to Canada and possibly Italy. I will not go to Mexico. I will not go to Germany. I will not go to Russia. I will not go to Iran. I will not go anywhere that I am not comfortable. Yeah, I agree with that. I was asked first every time that this world title belt was going to be defended. I will not travel out of the country because I don't feel safe. This country is nuts. I don't care. You could tell me 50 times how safe it is. I don't care. I don't feel comfortable traveling to certain states in the United States, let alone traveling to a different country when we're the most hated country on the planet. And I scream United States, let me tell you what. So no, I will not be traveling out of the country. So I could win that title and I can give it right up just as fast because I will not be traveling to defend it. Someone wants to come to the United States after I win it and be my first competitor to challenge me, great. Whoever wins this belt, just know, if you come to the United States, I'm going to be standing here waiting for you, and I am not going down without a fight. Um, it kind of it. I get it. I understand, but League of Fire is a growing business. They need to do what's best for the business as a whole, not for individuals. I do understand the concerns. I'm not going to sit here and list the concerns. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain it all over again. But the match is going to happen. If Steven wins, he's going to bring it home with him. If he doesn't win, the gentleman that has it, he's most likely not going to hold on to it. He's most likely going to vacate it because he's going to have to come to America or Canada or wherever else is next to defend it. And if he's anything like a lot of us, can't do it. League of Fire can't just have the person who has the title sit on it and not defend it because they can't afford to travel. The way it works is the people that are currently holding. Yep, exactly. League of Fire is only one small aspect of the chili community. There is a huge chili world out there. This is just something that has been brought to the entire world, different branches of it. But anyways, the way it is supposed to work is the person that has the world title is supposed to defend it. I would say at least 2 times a year. If for the rare cases that it needs to be somewhere else, 3, whatever. If they can manage to do it, great. Let's just say Mike Jack wasn't a part of the community for the last few years. Let's say Shahina didn't have the title either. Shahina had to give up the title on point because she couldn't swing traveling. Mike Jack ended competing for it, won it. He's had to give up I think he had to give up the world title once before. I know he had to give up the American title to go to. I don't know the specifics, but if Mike Jack did not hold this title right now and he was not part of this community for the last few years, how many times do you think that title would have been vacated and defended or competed against for people that are actually holding national titles? I don't know. I think a lot would have been probably would have been vacated at least 7 or 8 times by now. So let's just keep that in standpoint. Do I think that I'm the next in line to get a shot when I'm able to do it? Hell yeah. And I guarantee whoever holds that title after they face me, they are not going to be holding on to it anymore. And that's not me being cocky. That's me knowing what I'm capable of. I have slowed down a lot since I've gotten into this. I can't tell you the last time I had full-blown calf cramps because I don't put myself in that position anymore. I don't have any need to. I can't tell you the last time I sat down and did multiples of challenges for a record. I don't need to. I have nothing to prove. Do I need to defend this title again to prove anything? Part of my language? Fuck no. What do I have to prove? That I can get cramps and I could do 10 challenges and I can knock out 2,000 points? I'll do it if I have to. I'm not afraid to. But do I need to? No. Do I want to see everybody else do it? New people do it? Yes, because that's why I do what I do. Why did I decide to defend my title again? Well, because there's people going to be in that competition that I fairly think that I should have to compete against at least once before I decide not to compete for it anymore. You could say I'm cocky. You could get mad because I say hashtag wallpaper. But I have done nothing but support and push people in this community since the first fucking day I became a member of it. And I am damn proud of where it is now. So to be frank and honest and brutally sincere right now, League of Fire, you are doing an amazing job at what you're doing. You're always going to have people who are going to question it. They may not agree with it, but they will respect it. And the people that are concerned by it, I appreciate your concern because your dedication and love for this community and for what the League of Fire stands for means more than you could ever imagine. Because that is what we were trying to prove when we started doing this. That is what we were trying to do to help Paul Shahina and Matt grow the League of Fire. It's still fresh in the United States. People don't quite understand it. And that's our job to make it more. Goot does it every week with the Texas Hotspot. He does it by trying to get that event in Texas to grow more. I'm trying to do it with my wing off and other events I'm going to try to put together. Jason's doing it by holding his Blaze for the Brave. Midge is over in California trying to do it there. You have Paul Haggerty. I don't want to spell his name. Paul Haggerty. Fire in the Hole, trying to get an event going in his area. You have Philadelphia Expo, New York Expo, Chicago Expo, Rhode Island Expo. You have expos all over the place. That's still, people don't even understand what it is or why, but it's growing. And it isn't just going to blow up overnight. It's our job, part of it, to help it grow. So, guys, be patient. Paul and Shahina have been funneling money out of their own pockets for years now, as long as I've known them, to give us the opportunities to go up on stage and compete for these beautiful title belts. If they didn't do it, what would we have even met? So what's really important? Is it the title, or is it the memories and the people that we are meeting along the way because of them? Because I can tell you right now, I'm extremely grateful for Paul and Shahina. Now, this isn't me saying that anybody that has reached out to me is not grateful for them or has a problem with anything. It's just I've been quiet. I haven't been on here. The season's starting. Questions have been asked. Concerns have been laid out. And I was pretty much, I agree with this, that as the American champion, that I'm the advocate for the American branch of this. And I'm the only person that's not afraid to talk about it. People may not agree with me. People may take this the wrong way. And I apologize if you do. But I have no other intentions other than to tell everybody that I love this. I love what I do when I'm able to do it. I am grateful to compete for a title. I am grateful to say that finally, for once, I was able to do something that I'm really good at and able to succeed at. What's up, Seth? Brother. Haven't talked to you in a long time, man. I miss you, man. So if anybody has questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Do not hesitate to reach out to Paul and Shahina, because I'm willing to bet you if you give them the time of day, they will explain to you exactly what's going on. And I can promise you, this Africa thing with the belt match is happening because they're expanding to Africa. That's massive. They're adding another branch to this. They're adding a whole new aspect of competitors. And why, if you own a company and you have your crown jewel, which is the world title, and you have your best competitor at that time who was holding it, Mike Jack. Exactly. They asked Mike Jack. He was not able to do it. Unfortunately, that means he had to vacate the title. And just so everybody is aware, I know this personally because I was asked if they were able to put something together in the winter or in the spring for me to go up to Canada. I could not do it because I do not have my passport either. They have been trying to get a match for Mike Jack in his home for him to defend his title, but it just wasn't the case. But they cannot just have that title sitting when it is their crown jewel and they have an event where they're trying to expand their business, gain a new. You're going to have another belt, the African belt. You're going to have a whole belt just like this, just like the Oceanic, just like the European, just like the Intercontinental. Go ahead, Mitch. Put balls in my hand. You want your crown jewel title there, and if the person that's holding it can't make it, that's unfortunate. But you want people to say, "Holy shit! A world belt match is taking place in our country, in our hometown." And one of our hometown heroes, their hometown hero, Gary, the guy that he's been competing for 10 plus years, is going to be competing for it. There is a chance that he could be bringing that home and representing Africa in the first ever world belt match in Africa. So, yeah, except for the videos, you're right. So, just a little perspective on the matter, and I do get a little heated. I do get a little upset, but I am proud of this community. It does have its bumps and bruises, just like any community. It does have its backfires. Have you seen what goes on in the pepper growing world? I am so glad I'm not a part of that. Lord, uh, it has been. We love you, Seth. We do. He's in the background. She's in the background yelling at you, Seth. But guys, I am open for any questions or concerns because and again, I am extremely honored and proud that people came to me. And it wasn't just one or two people. There was about 5 or 6 people that came to me about this. And finally, this morning, I decided, all right, I have to comment on it because I don't want people to think that I'm being screwed. I'm not being screwed by anything. You should be thankful I'm not competing for it. I can tell you right now, when time comes, I'm giving it my all, and I'm excited. And one of Beth's main concerns about this is I'm going to defend this title, and she's afraid that I'm not going to give it my all. I can guarantee you, for at least an hour, I'm going to give you every little last bit of energy, heart, blood, sweat, and tears that I have. And unless I'm on that ground dying underneath the table, you are not walking away with my title. That's how confident I am. That's how much I know I'm capable of. So, and just so we are aware, come February 23rd, 2025, I officially start my training. So, those of you sitting at the top of the charts right now, those of you putting points up, those of you practicing with your pods, better keep doing it. I didn't lose my tolerance. My stomach may not be as strong as it was, but again, it only has to last for 45 minutes to an hour in a belt match. Can you beat me in 45 minutes to an hour? Can you outlast me and still compete at high level? And I say this with the knowledge of doing this a few times. You could be really fast at eating peppers, but if you can't eat a bunch of peppers and then be able to eat fast, all your training is for nothing. So this is me putting the League of Fire community on notice. End of February is where I start making my presence felt. So enjoy your spot at the top. Because if you think you're going to get it handed to you and you're just going to walk away with it, sorry to tell you, not going to happen. And again, I'm going to say this. Whoever wins that world title, I'm going to be waiting for you. Whether it's Steven, whether it's Gary. Hell, if Mike Jack finds a way to compete for that and wins it again, I'll be waiting for you. I want that one-on-one shot. I'm going to get it. Come hell or high water. And I want all of you to bet against me. Because I thrive when people doubt me. Well, guys, as always, I am the Scoville Unit. Always have been, always will be. This is where challenges are life.